Okay, I think we're back. Anyway,
Yeah, we are.
all right. I won't touch the the webcam then. Oh, that's okay. Yeah. Anyway, so we were just talking about AGDQ. Man, wouldn't it be great if we got wave race into AGDQ one day and
It would
did
be,
like a
yeah.
four-player all championships race? Wouldn't that be the best
Oh,
thing
that'd
ever?
be insane. Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. I would be down for that.
Well, I think the last topic that I had uh, down for us were I'm trying to look here. Okay, so you have these speedrunning aspirations and stuff like that. You're also one of our community leaders now by taking
Yes.
on one of the moderator roles. I believe you actually started doing like small time moderation things during the Wave Race Olympics. What were some of the things that you helped out with during the Olympics?
So during the Olympics, I helped with the Google Doc sheet that Gilly used.
So you kind of
The
helped keep
spreadsheet that
everything
Gilly used
in
to keep.
order.
I kept all the times, kept made sure I did it, according to how it was done before I started doing it around week 2. Um, so that way we could keep. That way I could help Gilly out yeah, with keeping track of submissions.
There was there was a lot of submissions.
Oh, there was,
Holy
yeah.
cow. That actually must have been a lot of work.
It was, especially I got sick during week 3.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
And that probably helped that I could just do that. At least I was involved somehow.
Yeah.
With putting times in. Yeah.
So, as far as moderating goes, I know that a big part of being a WR64 moderator is like keeping up with the modern times as far as the rules go.
Yes.
Because, like in 1997, like, people weren't as easily able to cheat, and if they were, they would use Game Shark and stuff, and the times would just be like obviously fake. And now we have
Yeah.
more of an awareness that where that border is of what's probably fake.
Yes.
And we also have emulators and we have EverDrives now. You can inject ROMs with code now and run it on an EverDrive, and it looks like it's on the N64 100%.
Hmm. Hmm.
All of that knowledge in mind, where do you feel like you stand as a proof moderator? Do you want to see stricter proof regulations, or do you want to have it be more opened up to kind of encourage more of an influx of players? Because
Um.
tighter rules does usually mean less players that are going to have
Right.
the ability to
Yeah.
record at that quality.
Um. So based off of what we have now as the proof policy, um,
Right
I
now,
like
just for the
I
reference of the
like
chat,
I like
it's
where we are.
and it's top 10 require video. We don't
Yes.
currently require captured video, which is something that I've kind of been talking about a little bit. Any video is allowed. However, we do kind of have an unspoken quality threshold because we've declined videos for poor quality before. What do you think the cutoff is of like quality? Is, for example, let's say somebody has a captured video, it's a little bit washed out, so it's like really bright in the bright spots, maybe not dark enough in the dark spots. What or if they have frame drops, think about that. Like, what do you think is too bad to be considered a world record video?
For a world record video,
And I mean,
um,
right now they're all in the same group. Like, they all say
yeah.
they require the same proof. What would you say what you'd say that's not good enough? What would I have to like?
Um, I I would definitely, like, I think for me, especially frame drop wise, I'd be okay with like
And our game's only 20 frames a second
a
too.
few.
So
Yeah, I know that.
so frame drops look
Um,
really obvious in this game.
yeah, frame drops are super obvious. I I I would want little to no, like, I mean there. I wouldn't want maybe more than like 1 or 2 frame drops.
Yeah.
And especially in a world record video, anything more than that is definitely like, definitely something off with the video itself. Even if you know
Yeah.
even if you completely trust the person got it,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Because I
And
feel also, and I think that if you, I think you kind of feel like this too, that WR64 kind of sets an example for a lot of other speedrunning communities that aren't as big as us. We're not the biggest one, not by far, but I think that when a player looks in from the outside, they see like this is a very serious community. They take it really seriously. You know, they're running their own ship. We don't operate with outside help from like Speedruns Live or anything. You know, that this is our community right here.
yes, it is our community. Yeah.
And I like that, you know, you as a moderator, you want to help to just, you know, fight against, you know, potential foul play. And
Yeah.
I don't think we have anybody who's guilty of it in the community right now. That's not the point. I think it's just
No.
to make sure that everybody understands that this is a big deal to us, and we want to make sure that
Yeah.
everybody who is good is actually good. You know?
Yeah, you want to make sure that everything, like, you want to make sure everything's legit.
That's good.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't.
We did have one run that we rejected soon before you came on as a moderator.
Okay.
It was a run from, and I won't say the player's name or anything, but it was like a really good time on Drake Lake, like a 111.6-ish on Drake Lake.
Okay. Gotcha.
It would have been that player's first ever submission.
Yeah.
It was taken with a video camera, looking at the TV from like this angle, like a 45-degree angle.
Okay.
And of course, it was also recording in like PAL format on an NTSC TV or vice versa. So you kept seeing the bars go like up and down.
Yeah.
So we did reject that, and
Yes.
it was actually quite a discussion. So I'm excited to have you in the moderator group for like future discussions like that, because I don't know, I think you bring a lot to the table as far as just being a proof moderator. And yeah,
Metalhead said that Rootsu vision.
well, that's the Rootsu vision, man. It was
Yeah.
it was impressive to see it come back.
Mhm.
Actually, you know what would be funny? If that was Mark Rutsu, it would be really funny. I actually...
Mark Rutsu actually got a really... Mark Rutsu actually almost got a 111. I'm pretty sure. He was playing.
Yeah.
He was playing with Ilu there with him.
So the Androgene just dropped into the chat, and he
want some
asks
Blue
me
Storm questions?
to ask you some Blue Storm questions. So, okay, I'll humor him for a little bit. And I mean, the chat and my followers know that I don't play Blue Storm.
Yeah.
I'm like the WR64 only moderator,
Yeah.
and
I'm
but
a moderator for 64.
but you do moderate both games.
I do moderate both. Yes.
So what is it about Blue Storm? Just what is it?
Okay. So I became interested in Blue Storm because I felt like if I kept at the rate that I was going on 64, that I would burn out, and I wanted something else to play that I could, start off a bit more casually. I'll speak up. I'm sorry.
I'll turn you up a little bit.
Okay, but I wanted to try it out and see how it would go, and I really enjoyed it. Just from the perspective of not necessarily with all the tricks and with and
Yeah.
I thought Turbo. I think Turbo's a cool idea. But as I kept playing and I kept watching Modal stream it, because he's one of the only few people that I got to see streaming it. And I eventually caught on, and I have some good times. I held a world record in Blue Storm for a couple of hours before Androgen got it from me.
Yeah. So
I definitely enjoy. I also do like that. I do like especially some of the proof policies that Blue Storm has, where we require video for everything.
but it's a really relaxed video proof standard policy. It's like you need video, but any video will do kind of thing, right?
I don't know about that. I feel like I would definitely bring into question something that felt like it was sketchy. Personally. But for one thing, the difference between 64 and Blue Storm is that Blue Storm, when you emulate it, it plays just about the same, and I can attest to this. It plays just about the same between Dolphin and in a GameCube hardware.
Is it the same on the Wii too?
I believe so. Yes. So
okay.
we accept. So currently, for now, we accept emulator.
Okay.
But
so almost anything goes. It seems like that's pretty
much
open.
At that point. It's pretty open. I think the most closed part is that you need video proof. You can't just say I got this time.
Yeah.
We do have some grandfather times in, at least on one course.
Yeah, I saw there's like a really old record.
Yeah, this really old record that still stands right now, as far as I know. And eventually somebody will get it.
Yeah.
But I don't play that quite as much now, and it's one of the games I go back to every so often. I'll play it for fun. I don't think I'm gonna. I'll definitely want to continue to be a moderator, but I think, as far as speedrunning it, I've never been like a very consistent speedrunner on it.
Yeah, and with speedrunning multiple games, that does get very difficult to put a lot of focus into one or the other when you're trying to maintain the other one that you're not playing as hardcore.
Yes.
And many know that I kind of went through quite a bit of that when I was juggling GoldenEye and Wave Race, is that I was getting these records in GoldenEye and it was feeling great, but that was like probably also some of the most hardship I've gone through in Wave Race, because I would get really frustrated that I can't get like Glacier Coast 115 because I'm spending a lot of time also playing GoldenEye. And then I would come back to Wave Race without having played all week because I was just going for 22 on Runway or something, So splitting focus between two games, I can agree it does make it difficult, but it does add quite a bit of variety and fun into the mix.
Yeah, definitely.
So 64 or Blue Storm?
I'm sorry, Andrew, but 64 is
He's only saying that because I'm here.
No, I love No, honestly, I love 64. I've put a lot of time into it. I think I've done some pretty cool things.
I would say.
I mean, honestly, 64 helped me through some tough times. Being in this community really helped me through some tough times.
Well,
things are a lot better for me now. I have a lot better mindset towards things.
Yeah.
And I think that's gonna help me as I play. I'm playing on a lesser basis, but when I play, I'm still gonna be going for things.
Well, I'm glad, man. Well, we've been going for about 50 minutes, minus that little unplanned intermission that we took.
Yeah.
So I think we'll start wrapping it up, but before we do, we'll kind of open up the chat a little bit more to, any final questions that you guys want to ask, or if Feesh, if you have something that you want to add, I mean, the floor is wide open at this point.
Yeah.
You want to plug your channel?
My channel? Yeah, I guess I'll do that. I wasn't necessarily planning on it, but I do stream Probably about 2 to 3 times a week, mostly on the weekends now at this point. It's twitch.tv/Doctorfeesh. I can go ahead. Yeah.
I got
Thank you for putting that in the chat.
Yeah.
That's my Twitch channel. You know, I don't have my own Discord anymore. I'm taking a break from running my own Discord. So most of the stuff is just the wave race. I do most of my talking in the wave race Discord.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on that. We're there every day.
Okay.
Metalhead asks, how can we better branch out to find more racers?
I mean, I'm not necessarily maybe the best person to ask on branching out to find people. I've definitely like, anytime I see somebody, and I think the community does a good job when we see someone streaming the game.
I think that's a good
that we you know, we come in, we try to help. We don't necessarily push speedrunning on the person, but we talk with them. We let them know, hey, we do this in a speed game capacity, and if you're interested, you know, we have a speed run, we have our leaderboards, or you can find a Discord. We talk. You know, I love that we have daily about. You know, we have
just about daily, yeah.
Just about daily. You know, sometimes it's a little dead. Sometimes people have things to do, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But definitely,
it's a good one.
I mean, if you find someone that you find that's interested in running games and has an N64 and everything, at least I know Shindu's pretty cheap if you can find it.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
And even other things, like there's others of us that have. I mean, I have my extra 1.0 copy, and everything. You know, I'm kind of looking to give that copy away to somebody eventually.
Yeah, that'd be cool, because we do have that tradition too.
Yeah.
That has been going on for years of just any player who's been around for a while. Typically, they end up bringing somebody new into the community too, and there are a lot of examples of players who have brought somebody else in, like Gilly brought in Mo.
Yeah.
You know, I brought in Game, and later As Money came back. As Money was actually like playing when I started playing back in college.
Nice.
And then there are other examples too, like Metalhead as his drummer playing once in a while, and
nice. Yeah.
You know,
and I really haven't brought anyone in yet.
There's no rush. I mean, you're in your first 7 months. You know, you can focus
But I mean, I have friends who would probably be interested in learning. And some of them are pretty good at catching on video games. So
Pancakes asked.
Oh, his guitarist.
Pancakes asked. Oh, he's the drummer, of course. Of course. What am I talking about? Yeah. Pancakes asked, what benchmark time do you not have that you want very badly?
Sunny Beach 103.
Sunny Beach 103.
100%. I started up back my road to 103.
Yeah.
I didn't really have many good runs. I mean, I was hitting 104s, but wasn't really.
You know, there are quite a few players who seem to have a bit of a struggle with Sunny Beach 103. It's definitely not just you, Feesh. And look at some of the best players without 103. Hoshi
doesn't have it.
As Money
doesn't have
Pancakes.
it. Yeah.
Gilly. Bunta. I mean, all of those players, Andy Panther and Stone Cold. I mean, they could get it. It is a very difficult one.
It is, yeah.
Now, once you do get it, it kind of becomes more rudimentary, and you can just repeat it much easier. Yeah. It's always that first one.
Oh, yeah, no, it is.
It's that first one, man. It's a tough one.
Oh, yeah.
We had Androgene asking, what do you think you need to do to beat or to take 6th in the rankings?
I would probably need I would say either a low one. I would need a Sunny Beach 103 to some capacity, probably more near like a 103.8 or 103.7. I would need to improve my Sunset Bay time to I might not even need to improve that necessarily, but definitely.
Yeah, Andro
Uh,
is currently
Andrew
sixth,
has
and
a
the
Andrew has like a 105 105.4, I believe.
yeah, he has sixth overall and sixth on Sunset Bay with a
Yeah.
105.468.
Yeah.
You're actually in seventh on that right now with a
Yeah.
105.651. You know, there's almost 2/10 of a
There's
second
almost two
there.
tenths
That's a
between
pretty
us.
big
Yeah.
gap
That is a big gap.
between
Yeah.
sixth and seventh.
Um, I think uh, Twilight City 125, maybe even a 124 would really help.
The 124 is still up there with, like, I think one of the tougher benchmarks to
Yeah.
get. It is.
Um, I would need to. I would want to pass Andrew Jean on Drake Lake and Drake Lake Reverse because I'm right below him, and we're very close in time, so it's plausible.
Yeah, and I will be comparing total times when it comes to
Yeah.
rankings period again.
Yeah.
Which, hey,
And
I mean,
also,
I actually might need a little bit of help cataloging times for a timesheet. So maybe when the time comes, I might
yeah.
ask you if you're willing to
Yeah, I'll help
chip
out.
in a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Well, great. I really appreciate you coming on and talking for a whole hour
Yeah,
with
that's
me on
awesome.
this.
I,
I'm
I
glad that
could
we
go.
got so much time.
I could go longer, but
Yeah.
we're good.
Well, I'll probably cut it here. I will
Yeah.
I will highlight this whole thing. It's going to be in two sections, unfortunately, on Twitch, but maybe I can combine them for the YouTube segment.
Maybe.
But, appreciate everybody here in the chat. We will have this up, and you'll be able to, watch it at your leisure. So if you were like Pancakes and you missed a lot of it, you'll still be able to watch the whole thing. So, again, thank you, Doctorfeesh. Currently ranked number 9, aspiring to go, maybe, who knows, maybe even all the way into the top 6, We'll see what happens. And thanks again for the guys who watched, and maybe we'll get some of you guys next time. And Doctorfeesh again. Thank you again,
Hey.
Feesh.
Hey, thank you guys. Thank you, Shibby. Thank you, everybody.
All right, well, we'll see everybody in the next stream. Have a good night.
Have a good night.